There's Barbara. Good. So now we're in the room. Oh, we can't hear you. No.
Oh, there. Hi.
Oh, no. I think your voice is coming in. Can you hear us,
I,
Barbara?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, and now we can hear you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had it turned down before. So I had a document here I was going to show you guys. Let me do it here.
Okay. Marianne, we haven't. She shows up, but we haven't seen her yet. Now,
Okay.
yesterday she was in her garden, Alice.
She was there, yes. I know her husband has had surgery. So it was serious surgery. So she didn't know if she
Oh,
was going to be able to log on or not. Okay, this is what I was going to put up and tell you guys. So if anybody else comes on, you'll see that we are. I'll turn you around so you can watch.
okay.
And
That's cute. So you're having breakfast right now. Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
where are they
Hi.
eating, Barbara? Where did they go? Did they go to a club?
nice to meet you. This is my mom. Me too. Joanne said she's
I think, Alice, they're at the hotel.
Oh, at the
Probably.
hotel. Okay.
Just telling us about it.
Well, here I can look. The breakfast. Yep, it's at the Fairmont Hotel. That's a beautiful place. Have you ever happened to have been there, Alice?
No, I never have.
It's one of those railroad hotels, like it's like a castle, an old
Oh,
castle.
Probably going to turn you ladies down while we have.
Okay. What do you think would be a good time to pop back in?
I would 9:30 check back in.
Okay. Okay. I'll
Okay.
just kind of leave mine on and I'll
yeah,
go
me too.
Yeah,
couple chores.
you'll hear the noise when there's no rumble anymore. It'll be more starting.
Well, thank you for popping in and saying hi and giving us the scoop.
Of course. So share that with anybody else when they come on.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Thank you. Hi, Alice. Good to see
Bye-bye.
you.
Wait, do we have a name tag?
Pardon?
Name tag for everyone?
No, name tag. No, just question name tag. Right.
Somehow I thought you were. No, not that you did, that the interview one.
No, somebody does. Janet, you are, oh, you're this type here. Yeah, okay. What do you need?
Dodie Manning, I have a person.
Oh, Jody, she didn't know where she was sitting, so she just put it down.
What table?
She is at table 2.
Good.
Table 2 is. Well, this is 1. And 3 and 5. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got some water.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. No problem.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Hope it tastes even better.
Yeah, Alice is on. I'll move that up to the front once we get,
Know how many will be?
online. No, I don't know if Mary Ann's not on yet, and I don't know if she's gonna be on.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Prettier, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not.
When did you arrive here?
Yesterday, afternoon, I got here around 4:30-ish.
And have you been here before?
It's my first trip to Ontario.
So really actually works out quite well.
When do you leave? Do you have time to look around?
Yeah, basically, I talked with my principal, of course, she's ecstatic that, about the whole award ceremony or so. I'm coming back,
There you go. I didn't know if you liked yogurt or not.
So it's Monday. Yeah. And then from there, I go directly to get ready for the new school year. They actually start school in Miami-Dade County next week.
So you'll be teaching in Miami?
Yes.
And if you live there all the while or for?
No, I'm a lifelong Floridian. Originally, I was born and raised in a city right outside of Gainesville, in the University of Florida, that area called Ocala, Florida. And yeah, so I basically grew up there. I left, I'm gonna say, when I was about 18 or so, I left and I went to University of South Florida for a few years in Tampa. So I lived in Tampa for a few years. And then I went to law school at the University of Miami, and I stayed there ever since.
Because we met, our group met in Miami one year. It was
Not too long ago, yeah. It was lovely.
South Beach and.
Very nice.
Very popular spot.
We ate dinner the other night. We ate at like 7 or 8. And then we were near the mansion where what's the designer, the mansion down there. And you said it's so quiet. We're 20 minutes. We're up to 11 or 12.
Yeah,
We went home.
it picks up typically, especially like on Thursday, Fridays and Saturdays. South Beach usually picks up, I would say like around 10:30, 11, in all areas.
Well, some of my neighbors just moved here. They lived in Washington for a number of years.
Okay,
And when I was down there, I walked along the water and saw these humongous yachts and these people moving, ultra condominium.
oh, yeah.
They don't-
There's a lot of money down there.
Oh, yes.
All the Austin Martin.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Austin Martin.
I mean, personally, I live in a condominium off of North Miami Beach, so, it's, yeah.
I've seen it's been so way over the top, but it's very.
A blush of blood, right?
Orientation. And it's nice to have nice surroundings. Old again. That's very impressive.
So do you see yourself ever like moving someplace a little bit, more, no?
Originally from Ohio, so.
Okay.
We have relatives in Ohio.
Well, that's where I'm going next week. I'm the only one that ever left the area.
Also, all the rest of the family is there.
The cousins, they're not big city folks. They came and saw me once. I never seen them again. That's a bad hostess. I don't know.
No, that cannot be. I've stayed at your place. You're a fabulous hostess.
I'm flying there on Monday.
Um,
How long are you staying?
A week. Yeah. They say you can never go back. I'm gonna try it.
You know what, honestly, that's not true. Yeah, they tell you never go back, but eventually at some point you do. Whether it's for family or, maybe you get nostalgic about it.
You go back and it brings back memories of when we were there. And that's, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I was asking myself, if I want to go back to the house I moved to when I was 4, and I left when I was 20, in the 20s. So my mother knew. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, I'll find out.
Yeah, I've driven past the house that I grew up in and I don't want to go in.
No,
It's changed a lot on the inside.
not good.
Yeah.
Does the family still retain it or has some?
No, they did weird things to it.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm gonna get a little bit more of that. I'll be right.
Or please help yourself. I'm sure they have a ton of food out here. We have Zoom on today. Some of our members are not able to be here. So right now, they're just watching us eat.
Oh.
But I'll turn it more toward the podium when we get started.
Sure.
This is nice. You get.
I saw the chocolate croissants after I shot all my croissants. Well, you may have to go back. Look at this. Oh, I believe that was, no, this is Nancy Johnson. This is, oh, Marianne's on with her. Deborah's on, Ann Santarelli. This is us. Alice is on, but she's not showing because I have this little thing up there that says, watch your seat, basically.
So.
Did you have a watermelon? I think it was, yeah. Getting used to eating a lot.
I did. Last night.
Well, those plates were very big, but there's nothing else with it. It was excellent. Fine, thank you, sir.
When somewhere around here. Okay. Thank you.
Didn't come out freely.
Thank you so much.
Reading with your finger.
Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
Those are mine. Mistress.
I don't do it. I let someone else do it.
Let's check it.
A real art to do that, isn't
Yes, one that I don't possess.
it? How long does it take?
She took like maybe about 2 hours tops to do everything. Yeah, she's pretty quick. She's a quick. Yeah, some people sit there for a long time. Yes, I don't have that kind of patience. Just something easy and quick. So has this organization been in existence?
Oh, 55, 60 years.
Oh, wow.
We had our 50th anniversary in Chicago,
I forget.
4 or 5 years ago. Lovely.
I don't have all. I'm trying to remember when I came in like 2005. Kitty entirely was the president. She asked me if I would be a board member, what do I have to do?
And since then, Janet has done event planning. She's done everything. She's been president. So she did more than just nothing.
I know. The most modest people are the folks that are generally always with like hands in, sleeves rolled up.
Right.
I thought I did it a long time ago, he has to be president.
No, you planned great things for us. We always had good activities and good restaurants.
Yes, it was good because a lot of people, gotten older, and a lot of people have become widows, they want members and husbands. You needed all these cities, but you're looking for a lot of. We've been to San Antonio, San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Charleston,
Vancouver.
Miami.
Uh-huh.
Or we get to see the thing.
Yeah, enjoying it though, and also, like I said, you're doing things for friends, and almost like.
We've always been really living.
Yeah, the awards that we give are all related to teachers who have promoted civics in their classroom, awareness of the rights and that sort of thing. And more important now than ever, because it's not being emphasized.
Yes.
It's not. And people like you have done an amazing job of broadening the scope and not just sitting in the classroom teaching.
I know.
The thing about it that I've kind of observed is like the idea of enrichment for students seems to be like fading away. Like, there was this big thing maybe 4 or 5 years ago about like getting rid of cursive handwriting. And,
Yeah.
my mother and my father, my aunts, my brother, they're all teachers, and everyone was kind of like, but it's about enrichment. It's not just about education, and you want that, of course, but you want to broaden people's horizons. You want to give them extra things in their toolkit that they can maybe pull out and use later. My mother told us a story about one of her students complaining about having to read Shakespeare. They're like, why do we have to read Shakespeare? Like, what? How? I don't understand what the people are saying. I'm like, nobody talks like this. And so later on, that same student came back to her, like maybe 2 or 3 years later, after they graduated and they've been out, in the world and everything, and told her, thank you so much for teaching me that, because I got the joke when people were talking about, like, making references to Shakespeare. They're like, I got it, I understood it, and I could like move into the place of this is how this relates to me and it relates to my life. And they saw firsthand that it's about enrichment. It's about learning, these things that you can apply in other situations that, like, if you didn't have it, if you lost them, you wouldn't understand,
Right, there were people before you.
Absolutely. And that everything that came before you contributes to your future as well, not just.
I mean, I grew up, I think it was 1950. Got a television set. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first one on the block, which was one of the first. And I was reading some. And what's the historian? She's on PBS.
Oh,
Doris,
Doris,
Yeah.
Doris Kearns Goodwin,
I thought it
yeah.
was a Terrible time. She wrote a book after her husband died in the eighties. And they were going through all of his papers. He said that he worked in the LBJ White House. And I used to was very nice. He was like the brains behind the whole thing. And he did Kennedy's, don't ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
Can do for that. He was the originator. It was a great book. We read it for a book club. And I thought that was nice. And it wasn't like they talked about that. Yeah, you should learn all this because you're just not here. You just heard yourself. There were many years before you. Nowadays, people tend to think it's just.
One of the saddest things that I heard, and it was a small thing, but it just made me kind of sad. Like, I have another friend who was in education and teaches, and she was doing education and training from school to school plan. And she came to one school where she started doing this with the kids for like ninth grade. And so she handed out a form and she said, okay, guys, I need you to sign this form. This is just, checking the boxes, housekeeping stuff. And about half the kids in the class did not understand what she was asking for. She said, sign your name. They had not learned how to write in cursive.
All right.
So they print, she was getting these things back where they printed their name. And she's like, wait a minute, guys, somebody should have said this back to me. I need you to sign it, not print. And they looked at her with like wide eyes, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because they do.
It's exactly right.
They don't,
yeah.
they don't, and so there was no need to, I guess, for them to learn how to write cursive. And when she told me this, I was flabbergasted. I was like, how can you not be able to sign their name? That's amazing.
It is a basic, yeah. But I think they're bringing it back, aren't they?
I hope so.
I had heard that, yeah. Because even if you don't write cursive yourself, how are you gonna read the things from before, letters from the parents that they wrote each other, or
Right.
anything?
Declaration of Independence.
Oh, well, the S's are weird there, but He's counting.
Right, right.
Because they weren't educated, that's all you knew how to do.
Well, we have a group of called the Village Movement throughout the United States. People over 50 who want to stay in homes, not those that live it. We have an office and we had these teenage girls, high school graduates, and they were doing mailing. The administrator, the girl had a stamp put in her hand. She was a little perplexed. She didn't know where to put the stamp.
Oh, no.
All right.
I was going to it was a department store in a big mall in Atlanta. And it was not empty and the manager was there and I was like, oh, for about 10 years. And he was training this young lady, very young. Okay, we take cash, credit cards and checks. Oh, and I swear, she looked at him and said, what's a check? And then like Jack's appointment. If I hadn't heard that, I'm not sure. That was another high school story. That girl had a part-time job in the summer, and they gave us a check. What's this? And my friend said, "Well, you take this bill." I want money. Pay it on Venmo.
Exactly.
I say these things not because I'm like, oh, I want to be a Luddite or any of that kind of stuff. I'm saying it because it's like you said, you need to know your past. You need to learn the smallest things that seem insignificant. You learn them because you use it later in life. You may not always get a check, but perhaps, be prepared for the day when you get a check, so you know what to do with it,
Such a lack of awareness among mostly anybody younger than me. No, not that bad, but my husband's an attorney and he was talking with another young attorney. He wasn't that young. The guy was like 30, 35. And they were chatting and my husband had been in Vietnam for the Vietnamese War. This young attorney asked him, what's your cell service like? Those weren't even and he just kind of looked at him like, he didn't say it, but how can you be serious and not know that cell phones are a recent technological change?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The grandson is 18 now, and he was started.
But I find we have a lot of wonderful work to that and a lot of people to honor today. My name is Dominique Warner. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm so glad to come up here and get away from the blistering heat. So nice to be up here. I'm actually the outgoing president at this meeting. I'm handing the gavel to another fellow Texan, Joe Giuliani, who is going to be the new president effective today, this afternoon, because this is my last official act as president. But for those of you that are new, that don't know much about our organization, we are called the American Lawyer Alliance. I'm hearing bells. And I'm just gonna, we have a wonderful website. I encourage you to look at it, but I'm just gonna read off our mission statement because it's so beautifully written on here. The mission of the ALA is to promote understanding of the American legal system through our national network of lawyer spouses. That's actually a little bit antiquated because we are really no longer the spouses. Auxiliaries all across the country used to be the wives, of attorneys back in the day, but now we're open to everyone. I'm not a spouse of an attorney. I am an attorney, and we have members who are attorneys. And so we have pretty much opened it to everyone who has a love of legal related education, because that is what we honor is teachers who promote law related education, specifically civics, which is kind of a lost art. I mean, a lost, topic. We feel like schools are not teaching that like they used to. So we do our best to promote it. We love programs like We the People and Model UN, which is a thing that I used to be very involved with when I was in high school. So we look for teachers who still teach these things. We honor them, and we honor students who excel in doing these programs in their high school. And we amazing applicants this year. And we're going to be giving out two $10,000 scholarships to two incredible students. I mean, the hardest time selecting them, but we think we picked the two best. And then our mission is to preserve the integrity of our legal heritage through citizenship education. So we were founded in 1958. So we're getting ready to have our 75th. All right. And wow. All right. At this time, I would like to invite Sue Bennett, who is my fellow custodian, to come up. And she's going to give the invitation.
It is truly an honor. I guess it's what everybody says, don't they, when they come up. But it is an honor to be here with new friends, old friends, right? Members of the ALA. And we have powerful threads. We are all here for a purpose of honoring these wonderful teachers, and they are the pillars of our communities. And we just love that you've come and we can honor you for our awards. And so I just am going to make this quick. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was not wasting time, and I don't know, I wasted a lot of time. So I got some reflections on that. And first, one of the things that it says focus on what is in control, not what is out of control. Focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do. Focus on what you have, not what you do not have. Focus on the present, not on the past. Focus on what you need, not what you want. Focus on what you give, not what you can take. And focus on the positive, not on the negative. I found a thing that said 30-30 way to make progress. And I actually have started doing this, and I called one of my friends and I said, let's do this 30-30 approach. And what it is, take 30 minutes a day for 30 days and take something that you've been trying to change in your life. So make an all-out effort, 30 minutes that you want to change, and don't do anything. Just focus 30 minutes for 30 days, no exceptions. And that means that you will spend a total of 90 minutes a cumulative effort to change something. And and I think it's really gonna work. We call each other each day. Now, I took a break being up here, but anyway, I think it's gonna work, and it's made me think about that I can give 30 minutes to something that I do want to change. So, I also wanted to take this time to acknowledge the many devastating things that have happened this past summer, the devastating floods and fires. And I think that we need to take the time to remember all of that that's happened all in the United States and all around the world. And I'd like to take a moment of silence so that we can remember these struggles and our solidarity and support for these journeys toward recovery. If you'll just take a moment of silence. Thank you for embracing the moment of reflection, for your dedication to supporting each other in both times of challenge and celebration. And so now we're going to, I'm going to invite Leah Riley. Come on up. She's going to, she's going to talk about our Teacher of the Year Awards and how they originated. And yeah. Oh, actually, see, I know. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you enjoyed the breakfast. Thank you, Joette, for planning such a lovely meal. Everybody's enjoying. So please help yourself.
Kitty, you have to speak louder.
Oh,
The room next to us is quite noisy.
are we on Zoom?
Yes, we've got it on over here. So if you please speak enough so that loud enough. They can... Pardon? Oh, I might do that. We're moving you so you can see better.
Got it.
Folks are coming with me.
Getting dizzy.
How's that?
And welcome to the 2025 American Lawyers Alliance Teacher of the Year Awards. I'd like to congratulate our 4 outstanding teachers, 3 of whom are actually with us today, so that's very exciting. Is that loud enough, Zoom people?
Yes.
Okay. For over 60 years, the American Lawyers Alliance has been active in its support of public education, citizenship awareness, and various service projects. Recognizing the vital role that teachers play in law-related education, the American Lawyers Alliance established the Law-Related Education Teacher of the Year Award. Since then, we have recognized teachers from 33 states and the District of Columbia. We have awarded more than $150,000 to these teachers who have made significant contributions to law-related education. ALA has honored teachers from small towns to big cities all across the country. We've had the privilege of meeting some amazing people, all of whom have one thing in common. They are passionate about their students and their subject matter. American history, civics education, and the law. Their day doesn't end at the sound of the bell. After school and on weekends, they work with their students on mock trial competitions, We the People competitions, and other civic programs. It is truly inspiring to know that civics, law-related education, and other law-related programs are being taught across the schools in our nation. At least we hope they have. In 2021, thanks to a generous bequest from a former ALA member, we were able to add the Lillian B. Jarvis the Teacher of the Year Award. And this is for a teacher in a Title I school. As most of you know, Title I schools do not have all the resources and support of other schools. So it is truly impressive that those teachers have been recognized for this award. And I think we have 2 Title I school teachers with us today. So we're delighted that you're here. Today, we're also honored to have 3 of this year's Teachers of the Year with us in person. Antoinette Gifford from Aurora, Colorado,
Derek Johnson from Hialeah, Florida, and Shalina Warren from Washington, D.C. I think it's Warren. One of our winners could not make the trip. It's that getting the visa in time. And Sam Olmschneider is joining us online from Richmond, Virginia. Hope it's there. Can't tell. As you will hear, they are more than qualified to impart their knowledge of civics, American history to their students. I think the real winners of this contest are the students who are fortunate enough to have these as teachers. On behalf of the American Lawyers Alliance, congratulations and thank you all. Thank you all for doing what you do for the next generation of citizens. Sorry. I think after you hear from them, you will see why they have been chosen as American Lawyers Alliance Teachers of the Year. Thank you. And now Barbara, who is our hardworking chair, will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Kitty. I'm going to give a just brief introduction of each one of our students and our teachers, and they can come up and talk, because as you see in the program, it's the biggest program we've ever had because of the accomplishments of our teachers and our scholarship winners. So we're very pleased to have you here today. Antoinette Gifford is first on our list. I'm going to read something from one of her reference letters. This might give you a little bit more insight into Antoinette. This person was a member and past chairman of the Cherry Creek School District's Criminal Justice and Law Advisory Board. He's had the privilege of witnessing Ms. Gifford's extraordinary talent as an educator. What set Ms. Gifford apart is her strategic collaboration with judges, attorneys, probation officers, and law enforcement professional relationships that not only enrich instruction, but also make the justice system tangible and relatable to students. One thing that I thought was really interesting is she introduced her students to such powerful texts as Mercy and the Sun Does Shine, which sparked critical dialogue around wrongful convictions and the human impact of the justice system. These classroom discussions inspired her students to host a death penalty symposium, demonstrating her ability to cultivate leadership, empathy, and informed civic participation. So I was very impressed by all that. So you want to come up to say a few words, Antoinette?
Good morning. Thank you, American Lawyers Alliance, for this wonderful honor. It's both humbling and empowering to be recognized for this prestigious award. It is also highly encouraging to be in this room surrounded with like-minded professionals who share the same values in regards to education and the law. As this past school year ended, I stopped by my school mailbox and found a simple but deeply meaningful note from one of my students, a first-generation American. It read, "Thank you for being such a great teacher and always giving your students professional opportunities. You've made me feel safe, comfortable in your classroom. I appreciate and like how much effort you put into teaching. I believe that you and this class have prepared me for success in my future. You're one of the best teachers I've ever had. I promise I didn't give extra credit for that."
That's so nice.
As an educator in Cherry Creek School District in partnership with Community College of Aurora, I have the privilege of teaching at one of the most diverse high schools in the area, where more than 70 languages are spoken. In our 2-year program, students earn college credit each year in courses that expose them to intersection of law, policy, and community. Just as important, they are mentored and encouraged to engage with Colorado legal professionals around them. One of the key ways we begin the academic year is by grounding students in their constitutional rights. With support of volunteer attorneys from Lyric, Learn Your Rights in the Community, we equip students with their knowledge they not only carry for themselves, but share with their families and peers. This past spring, my students voted to host the Criminal Justice and Mental Health Symposium, presenting research on history and societal impact of deinstitutionalization and relevant cases and reform efforts. They introduce and engage with featured guests from the Aurora Police Department Crisis Team, a sergeant and clinical social worker, highlighting the growing collaboration between law enforcement and mental health professionals in our local community. Additionally, during our courtroom observation experiences, one student reflected, "The girl underage drinking and driving facing the DUI charge struck me how just a few years and life choices can make such a big difference. We were both in the same room under completely different circumstances, seeing real cases unfold in real time, emphasize the human impact of the law. It's easy to read about legal principles in textbooks, but witnessing how they apply to people's lives made everything feel more consequential." Throughout the year, my students engaged professionally with the Colorado Department of Probation, Colorado courts. They hosted a judicial symposium, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and a trip to the University of Denver's Sturm College of Law. These experiences provide not only academic rigor, but human connection, context, and purpose. At a time when America is at an inflection point, I continue to feel deeply purposeful in my role as an educator and mentor to help raise up the next generation of thoughtful, informed leaders. Thank you again, ALA, for this recognition. It affirms the importance of the work and the promise of our students. Thank you.
Of course, you're on right now. Adventure of American Life.
Certificate first.
Certificate. Oh. Is someone taking a picture?
I'm not.
Oh, good. Thank you. Nice is there. He's our photographer right now. Thank you, Asa. Show that. Okay. You don't have to show your chat, but okay. You'll be online. I have our website. Thank you very much. Thanks so glad to have you here. All right.
Want to give her the honorary number.
Honorary membership in ALA.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wow.
And please stay connected to us.
Thank you so much.
We're so impressed.
Okay, thank you.
Talk louder. Okay, I'm talking louder so you guys can hear me. Shalina Warren is our next teacher who's being honored. Dr. Warren's education awards are all in the program today, so I'm not going to go through that for you. She designed a program called City of Dreams Voices of Change Initiative, funded through the prestigious Roberts Award, where winners receive grants to fund high school projects in their schools. In a school community, and you are from the DC area, is that correct? We're in a school community where nearly 90% of the students identify as African American and 75% qualify for free or reduced lunch. She's committing herself to dismantling systems of disconnection and disempowerment through her program. Her challenge was that these students did not see themselves as leaders, and they felt that adults did not care about what they thought or had to say. In this program, students engage with judges, attorneys, and activists. They attend legal workshops, film screenings, and explore the justice system from multiple perspectives. The result was that more than 90% of the students reported feeling more connected to their city and its institutions at the end of the program. That's very, very commendable. This is one of the many ways that Dr. Warren has worked to provide opportunities for growth and to connect her students with their community. So Shalina, would you like to come up and speak, please?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am deeply honored to receive the American Lawyer Alliance Teacher of the Year Award. But let me be clear, I accept this not on my own, but on behalf of the incredible young people I have the privilege to teach every day at Paul Laurence Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C. Students who have taught me just as much about justice as I've ever taught them. When I first began directing our Law and Public Policy Academy nearly a decade ago, I wasn't just teaching about statutes or Supreme Court cases. I was helping students find their voice, their agency, and most of all, their place in the civic fabric of our country. And that work wasn't always easy. Many of my students live just blocks from the Capitol, yet feel miles away from power. They see headlines about democracy, but rarely see themselves in the story. So in our classroom, we write ourselves in. We study the Constitution, not as a relic, but as a living promise. We hold mock trials and debate, not just to learn procedures, but to grapple with justice, fairness, and bias. We visit courtrooms and meet with judges, not to be impressed by the system, but to interrogate it. And perhaps most importantly, we act. When one of my students, Jahara, used her Action Civics Fair project to petition our principal for a gun violence memorial, she reminded me that advocacy isn't abstract. It's personal, it's urgent, it's right now. When Chris wrote letters to city council members about food deserts in his neighborhood, or when Jay signed up to become, excuse me, a student election worker and brought 2 classmates with her, those were not class assignments. They were civic declarations. We created a peer court system so that students could judge not only cases, but fairness itself, rooted in restorative justice and led by students like Richard Van Gogh. Richard dreamed big. He believed young people should hold each other accountable with empathy, not exclusion. Richard's vision lives on, even though he's no longer with us. The court he inspired will be training new student advocates every year. And it is in his honor that I continue this work. This award is a recognition of what happens when we move from textbooks to transformation. When law becomes not just what we study, but how we lead. My students don't just learn the law, they live it, they shape it, and they challenge us all to do the same. So thank you, American Lawyer Alliance, for seeing the promise in a classroom like mine. Thank you for believing in the power of law to not just uphold systems, but to disrupt and reimagine them. And thank you to my students, past and present, who remind me every day that justice is not just a lesson, it's a lifestyle. This award belongs to them. I thank you.
Okay. First one is Susan. And I believe Sharon has. I'll give it to her when she says that. Oh, you're right, sitting there. Okay, that's fine. And get your hand. Beautiful. And your membership in American Lawyers Alliance. And thank you very much. It was very moving. Now, if I can. Sam Olmschneider was not able to be here today, but I may play his video later because it's not coming up in this room. So I'll just read you a few words about Sam. He's been very active in he's in Virginia. In the classroom, he's led numerous initiatives to deepen the experiences of students in politics and law. This is written by one of the principal, I believe. After only a year or so here, he stepped up to arrange a full day immersion in Virginia government for the entire sophomore class. The day included a visit to Virginia State Capitol with interaction with legislators, and a meeting with a judge from the Virginia State Supreme Court. After only 4 years, he stepped up to become the instructor for the prestigious We the People program. And I think all the teachers and students probably are aware of the We the People program. He has helped his students secure 10 state victories, 3 national victories, and 10 national top 10 finishes. under his tutelage, his courses have become the most difficult to get into, as I'm sure our other teachers have the same issue. And it's spawned a generation of lawyers, political activists, and informed citizens. And I would like to play that later, but I'm not going to do it right now. So he's very passionate. I listened to his video and he's very, very passionate about what he does. So I'm going to bring that up maybe toward the end. So now those were our 3 American Lawyers Alliance Teachers of the Year. And then we have. Then we have the, right, correct. We have Deborah Jarvis's LBJ, Lillian B. Jarvis Teacher of the Year Award. And I'm going to have Deborah Jarvis, who is on our Zoom right now, do the introduction of Dr. Johnson. So, Deborah?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Here I'm on the West Coast at 6 a.m.-ish. I am extremely pleased to announce the recipient of the Lillian B. Jarvis Award to Derek Johnson. The Lillian B. Jarvis Award recognizes a U.S. high school teacher who is doing an outstanding job providing law-related education to students at a Title I school. As been mentioned earlier, Title I schools typically do not have the additional resources to supplement classroom education, and the teachers who receive this award are doing amazing jobs to support and educate their students despite these hardships. My mother, Lillian B. Jarvis, was born in Brooklyn, New York, and came from immigrant parents who arrived from the Ukraine in 1917. My mom went to public schools, as did all of her children, and she firmly believed in the importance of public education and cross-cultural understanding and solidarity. She was an organizer and part of the California chapter of the ALA for many years, spending much time and energy with the ALA. After her passing in 2020, with the funds that she left me to keep her work going, I set up the Teachers of Award in her name to help fund Title I schools in this area. I also set up a small foundation, the Rafaela Foundation, which supports actions that embrace diversity to promote equity, solidarity, and well-being in urban societies and agricultural ecosystems. So if some of your students are interested in internships, they're welcome to look for me later. Okay, back to the real key thing, which is so impressive, Derek Johnson. As we know, teaching at a Title I school can be challenging due to the lack of financial and human resources. Yes, despite these limitations, Derek has made the law studies experience of his students on par and even exceeding that of schools with more affluent funding. This has not only been improving their understanding of the law and the legal system, but also supporting students to see the real everyday impact of legal fields on their lives. Derek Johnson has helped to design summer internship opportunities for his students at law firms, has created partnerships with the South Florida chapter of the Federal Bar Association and with the U.S. District Court for Southern District of Florida to involve students not only in law-related but also civics activities and to learn careers in the court system. Mr. Johnson created a mock trial program to support students to gain necessary litigation skills to excel at mock trial competitions. And this program did not stop at mock trials, but created a group of student mentors that have opened the gateway for middle school students to understand better about the law. He also established the first chapter of the Florida Law Honor Society to advance scholarships by providing civic service opportunities and civil engagement, helping students develop legal writing and public speaking skills, and instilling respect and understanding for the courts and the judicial branch and the process. So I sincerely commend Mr. Johnson for his unwavering dedication for his students to have experience and opportunities to interact with the legal and court system, for his continuous commitment to support his students through the development of law curriculum and the establishment of partnerships with legal entities, and for his commitment to his students to prepare them for their future careers. So it is an honor on my behalf and the ALA to award the 2025 LBJ to you. I hope I can see you somewhere there, but yes, congratulations. And I'm so impressed with your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Stop.